Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Max, Chief Evangelist over here at Happily, and today I'm going to be showing you a brand new feature of Quote Happily, and that's called the prompt user rule outcome. So what is prompt user and what does that actually mean? Basically, we've heard feedback from our customers that when they are building their quotes in the Quote Happily admin panel, they want to be able to require certain bits of information to be added to the deal record under certain circumstances, right? And so this is a perfect use case for our quote builder and our rules engine to be able to actually prompt that request for information under certain circumstances. So let's show you what we built, right? So if I pop into quote rules, you'll notice there's this new prompt user rule outcome, right? So the way that this works is you build conditions just like you would for any other rule, except you have a different outcome here called prompt user. And what this is going to do is it's going to say if the quote you're building meets whatever rule that you set up, meets the conditions of that rule, we will ask for certain bits of information that will populate deal record properties, right? So I can come down here and I can choose a specific property on my deal records to get updated while someone's actually building the quote. That way, you have every single property you could imagine filled in or guaranteed to be filled in before someone actually publishes a quote. So think of different types of information you'd want to make sure that you actually have before the quote gets created. So I'm actually going to use a use case that a HubSpotter reached out to me about. They were working with a landscaping company, and what they wanted to make sure is that anytime someone was selling a weekly landscaping package, not only could they be able to dynamically choose the price, which is a separate feature, dynamically choose the price based on the square footage of the actual property, but also record what day of the week the service would be taking place. So they would be able to keep track of all the different recurring weekly landscaping services they're selling and what days those services are actually taking place on. So they could get an idea of how many people they need to staff different days, what sort of equipment they need to allocate, things like that. So very simply, they just needed to be able to capture the day of the week. So what we did is we had them build a service day property where someone could actually choose which day of the week does the service take place as they're building the quote itself. So let me show you what this actually looks like for the user who's building the quote. So I'm going to come back into HubSpot here. I'm going to go create a new quote. All right. As the quote builder loads up, I'm going to come down here. I'm going to select my product from the product library, and I'm going to choose the weekly landscaping product, right? Now, Quote Happily is picking up like, hey, there's some special stuff about this particular line item. And what you can see is first, it's going to go ahead and say, cool, here's your weekly landscaping. To price this out, since you go 4 days every single month, and this is a monthly product, right? It's $10 per square foot. So when we put in the property amount, so let's say we're doing a 1,500 square foot like lawn right here, right? At 4 days a week at $10 per square foot, we're looking at about $60,000 a month for this commercial landscaping. However, in order for us to move forward, we have to choose which day of the week the service actually takes place. So I'm going to go ahead and choose Monday, and it'll let me move forward from there. And then I can go publish the quote, right? And what this is going to do, again, is it's going to populate that deal's property of service day with whatever I put into here as soon as I publish the quote, right? That's how prompt user works, right? So the way you want to think about it is whenever someone's building a quote, what information do I need to guarantee that I actually have on the deal itself? You can ask the users questions at different times. It's not like you have to answer the same thing every single time. You can trigger the ask for that information based on the quote meeting a certain set of criteria. And that's why it's built into our rules engine. If you have any other information you want to collect while your users are building quotes in HubSpot, or any other questions around what other use cases you can have for prompt user, feel free to let us know in the comments below. We'd be happy to help you out. Hope you have a great day.